Now, if you want to actually use a view mode and control which fields or formatters are displayed, well then we need to go to another section. So go to Structure, Content Types, and then let's edit the article content type, and then click on the down arrow, and then Manage Display. And from here, you manage all of the view modes. So let's first look at teaser, because here you can see that only 2 are enabled by default. Even though if we scroll all the way down and click on custom display settings, we can see 3 other view modes, which are off by default. But you can only see this field set under default. So make sure you are on the default view mode if you want to enable or disable view modes. But let's first look at teaser. Now the teaser view mode is a hard-coded view mode which is used on the home page or the front page, whatever you want to call it. So if I open up the home page, you can see my 2 lovely articles which I created earlier, and you can see that it is a teaser version or a cut down version of the article. Now, if we want to control which formatters are on this view mode, well then we can simply click and drag them to disabled. So let's remove tags. So if we look here, you can see that we have the tags formatter. Let's just remove that and click on save. And then if we refresh, you can see that tags are gone. Now be aware that everything under submitted by and then all the way down to links is controlled by the view mode. The title and this submitted by on and then the date, that is controlled by the template just wrapping the view mode. Yes, it may be a bit confusing, but just understand that, because if you go to manage display, there is no title field. So here you can see that there is a title field and that there is a submitted by and then a date, but none of those fields are actually here. Now, there are modules that can help you around this limitation, which we'll cover later on in this training module. Just be aware that with out-of-the-box Drupal, if you want to modify the title and then this section, you would have to override a template to achieve that. So let's go back to Manage Display and then look at RSS. Because one thing to be aware of is that view modes aren't used to simply render content differently like this. It can be used in RSS feeds. So if we were to go back to the front page, click on View Source, and then click on rss.xml, and then here in the description element, you will see that there's not much content. There's a lot of markup, as you can see with the greater than and less than, but there's not much markup. And the reason for that is because only the links field is there. So if we want this RSS feed to be actually useful, you may want to add, say, the body field to the RSS feed. So let's just do that. Let's make the label hidden and let's just leave the format as default and then click on save. And then if we refresh the feed, you can see that there's a lot more content now in this description element. So you can see that the body field has been added to this RSS feed. So the next time a reader views this RSS feed, they will see the actual body of the field. Now, of course, if you want to control how much of the body field is displayed in the RSS feed, well, you can do that just by clicking on trimmed and then just set it to, say, I don't know, 600, say 500 if you want. And this way, the body field in the RSS feed is trimmed. It's not showing the whole field. And hopefully people will then come to your site instead of reading it in the RSS feed.